What's up? Now, have you ever heard a song on the radio and wondered, dang, I wonder if that's a Gibson Les Paul or a Fender Stratocaster? Well, let's be honest, you probably haven't. Ideally, today, by the end of my speech, I'll convince you in the future to listen for the differences. Figure out, is Slash playing a Stratocaster? Now, my topic. My topic is the differences between Stratocaster, Fender Stratocaster, and a Gibson Les Paul. Now, this isn't Gibson, nor is it a Les Paul, although it's a similar model by a sub-brand of Gibson, so we should be fine there. Now, statement of credibility. No, I'm not a luthier who's been constructing guitars for years, although I do own two similar models here, and I have played them, so I know a little bit. Now, point preview. Today, I'm going to tell you about the cost benefits of buying one of these rather than one of these. I'm also going to tell you the tone differences, why this guitar is more versatile, and this one has a more cramped and one-trick pony tone. Additionally, I'm going to tell you about the mainstream popularity of this one compared to this one. Ideally, by the end of today, you will agree with me in saying, while I say that this guitar is far superior to this one. Now, let's go to cost. So, they both cost a lot, let's be real. It's a piece of wood and it costs over $1,000, which is pretty crazy to think about. Although, fortunately, Fender, this one right here, their company makes an off-brand, or models imported from different countries, and they're a little cheaper, and they go for around $600, while the ones made in America generally cost around $1,200 to $1,800. Now, this company, on the other hand, yikes. This isn't a Les Paul, by the way. I'll bring that up again, but this company, their models go for around $3,000, and for me, that's just a lot of money to fork over for a guitar. Now, some may mention that they have a cheaper line, a line known as Epiphone, and they make the same model, same Les Paul, but a lower quality for around $400, but those still aren't quite where it's at. They don't have great quality control, and paying $3,000 for decent quality is not something most people want to do. Now, let's go to, speaking of quality, let's go to tone and quality here. So, you probably don't know, really, from looking at these. You won't be able to tell, like, oh, this one sounds brighter and all that. So I'll tell you right here. This guitar generally is thought of having a brighter, like a soulier tone, while it has more of a heavy, like, tone. Generally, this one's used by, like, Jimi Hendrix type musicians, and this is used by, like, those heavy metal guys. Now, don't get me wrong, heavy metal is the thing, that's cool, but do you really want a guitar that can only play heavy metal? Personally, I definitely wouldn't. And that's really what these are meant for. Now, let's talk, while we're talking about tone, let's talk about string length. So this one here has this is maybe a counterpoint against this one, depending on how you look at it, but this one has a longer string gauge. This one's about 1.5 inches longer. Now, out of a 26-inch string gauge, that doesn't sound like a big difference, but it really is when it comes down to it. And that basically means that you're going to have some more frets on this one, and it's going to have a little bit deeper of a tone. This one's going to have a higher tone, like a brighter tone, but simultaneously that also means this one's going to have fewer frets, of course, and it also means this one's better for bending, so there's that. But really, $1,800 more for a bend? Nah, I don't think that's worth it, and I'm pretty sure by the end of this you won't either. Now, the string gauge isn't the only difference, however. A big problem with these is they're way heavy. Like you're looking around at 12-pound weight. Like they've been known to cause back problems with the immense amount of pressure they put on your shoulders with the strap. And if you're just playing like this, man, your knees gonna be out in no time. Meanwhile, this one's quite lightweight, and you can probably hold it without a strap reasonably well. Yeah, and let's talk about quality here, since I talked about that a little bit earlier. So quality. These don't have quality. You see the little bend in their neck? They've grown their own reputation for they're falling and then breaking their necks off, which is a pretty common thing, and you wouldn't expect to have to worry about breaking your guitar's neck if you're paying $3,000, which is just ludicrous to me. Like, imagine go to the store, yay, get your $3,000 guitar, and then you rest it up against something, falls over and breaks. Done. Well, these have a tendency to do that a lot. These ones, as you can see, have a straight neck, so not really a problem. Another result that comes out of the weirdly shaped neck is they actually can't stay in tune super well, which is pretty frustrating considering you're, again, paying $3,000 for a guitar that won't even stay in tune. Like, that's not it. Yeah, so those are some of the main points I'd say is in terms of tone. This one has I'd say it's a more popular, like mainstream type of tone. This is more of like a rock and metal tone. Popularity. Now, you shouldn't necessarily buy an instrument just because it's popular, although if it is popular, that means it's going to be easier to find, for example, replacement parts and like tutorials on how to work on your instrument. Now these, I'm sure you've seen before. This is a popular kind. These, not so much. And in fact, while this company is doing well in profits, making a couple $1 billion a year, this one filed for bankruptcy. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't buy them because of that, but that's just, you know, adding to the stack of awfulness. Now, according to Musician's Friend, I'll jump back a little bit to the versatility point. According to Musician's Friend, these have a wider range of sounds and tones because they have this little pickup switch right here, and it has 5 options, while this one only has 3. So you're getting 2 additional tones out of this one, which is pretty sweet. And they also have these bridges called single coil, and those bridges are pretty great. While they pretty much all the differences I was describing in tone earlier. That's the difference between single coil pickups and humbuckers, which are the style this kind has. And yeah, that's a preference thing mostly, but you can get these outfitted with humbucker pickups. So like, even if you like them humbuckers, you can still get a humbucker with the more solid style of guitar. Now, bankruptcy, let's go back to that. So yeah, this company, they've been involved in notable scandals, and their reputation in the past few years has really gone down the drain. They're known for making poor quality instruments, for scamming their customers, and just performing all sorts of shady practices. While this one has always had a good reputation of building within the proper areas and following, just following the general guidelines they should. In conclusion, let's get there. The point recap. So this one has better tone, better price, and it's more popular. Now, I agree, the popularity one, not a big deal. Like, that shouldn't matter a whole lot, but it is nice. It's a benefit. I'd hope after hearing all this, next time you go to the store and you're willing to waste $1,200, you'll buy this one rather than mortgaging your house and buying this one. Additionally, next time you hear a song on the radio, hopefully you'll look for the heavy metal tone and try to spot this kind, or the light bright tone and try to spot this kind. Thanks for watching and have a good day.